Hello and welcome. As ever, I'm Chris and this is Gross Models, and this is an evening with the gang. Now, none of the gang are actually here, but there are a couple of my lovely patrons here, so I shall bring those in the order in which they arrived. So let me click a button, that button there, and go, hello. It's Princess Twinkly Toes. It's not really. You might know him more as Quano Man, but he's having fun with names, so yeah. Also tonight we have Jerry. Jerry's got a funny camera angle, and I'll go to the big screen camera angle thing so we can see more of everybody.
Evening all.
Move my camera around a little bit this way as well. There we go. So hello and welcome, guys. That's it.
Big anticlimactic introduction.
Well, you know, how can I introduce you? You're people that pay me, so you're welcome.
Yeah, you could have told that better.
But, yeah, I need to work on my spiel. How have you all been?
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm just chugging along nicely.
Cool.
Just working on a snaz wagon.
You're working on a Warhamster snaz wagon. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what that is. I know what it is, but I don't know what it is, if you know what I mean.
Oh, it's going to be a major conversion into a bumper car.
Oh, that'd be quite cool. It's interesting looking. Right, I think I've got the screen set up with the branding and things sorted out, so I've got everything there. I can go off of that screen. I can pop along to the comments, where we have Jerry himself saying he was first when he wasn't. He was second because I was there just before him. But
yes,
I
was harshly put down for that one, so
I'm not sure if I count. If you did change it and say you were second. And we have Quano Man in saying boo. I'm not sure if that was is it a spooky boo or a surprise boo, or it could be either way. We do have Swiggin Pig in. Evening all. Evening Swiggin Pig. Jamie Bones in. Hi everyone. Hello Jamie. Redlen 8 is also in saying evening all. Got a picture as well. Did you have a picture last week? I don't remember. I like people to have pictures now because they can, and I can show them on the screen, so it makes them look like. So you can talk amongst yourselves in chat. We have Zombie Biker 600. Hello, one and all. You haven't got a picture though, so yeah, you need to work on your little picture because it comes up big on the screen, and we'd like to see it. Also have Sam Stubbs in saying hello. So hello.
I would choose that picture carefully then.
Yeah, the picture should be chosen with respect. I think Google might not allow certain pictures as well because it's like the YouTube icon branding thing. So yeah, they may remove your account if you put up a picture that they don't like. Right, I don't know if any of the actual gang will be arriving today. I did have a chat with Paul earlier, and he's waiting on food, so he might come in after he's finished his food. But knowing Paul, he might still be eating in 2 hours' time, so he might not make it in.
Fair enough.
Zombie Biker's working on changing the picture. I think it might not get done immediately if you change it. It can take a little while for it to work its way through YouTube and sort itself out, and it's like a Google account thing, isn't it? It's because YouTube is part of Google, as is most things in the world. So yeah, you might have to play around with that.
You set it up on your Gmail account, the one that's registered to your YouTube account.
Absolutely. I've just noticed that it's still a bit daylight out there. I haven't got my lights on yet. I'll just put my lights on, so everything will go bright white, and then it will come back down to a normal viewing thing. Because at the moment I've only reflected light from my my monitor. So let me. Oh, there we go. Much brighter, and now I can't see a thing. But I'm sure you're all still there somewhere. Someone's still there. Yeah, someone's there. We have Stuart in saying hi everyone. Good evening, Stuart. Welcome.
Hey, Stuart. It's a bit dusky here up in Edinburgh at the moment. Oh, it's still quite light, but
yeah, it's definitely been getting darker earlier, and
yeah,
you start to notice it. And then obviously, is it end of October? The clocks go back.
Is it back or forth?
Yes,
no, yes, back. I wish I just decide on half an hour and then just make it.
Well, I don't think we should do it at all. I think we should just work on GMT because that's what it is and live with it. But they don't let me make these decisions. They give them to other people and let them make decisions. I think it's not on. I want the decisions. So a bit later on, I will be popping along to the Facebook group, the Gross group, and showing your work. So if you haven't already, nip along to down there, just over the top of Jerry. It's down there. It says facebook.com/Gross group. You can join and you'll get approved because we let anybody in. Put up some pictures of work you're doing, work you finished, something you're proud of, that sort of thing, and I shall show them, if not this week, then next week as it comes in, and I go through what's been new in the last week. I do also have the website, the Gross Models. Not that you can put stuff up there, that's for me. I put stuff on there. I put occasional, chats and blurbs and messages and stuff and pictures and things that don't go anywhere else and pictures that do go everywhere else as well. So pop along and check that out. See, Stuart has a question. I've just seen it pop up. Has a question. Are you going to alter the T800 gun much? That's a good question. I'll put myself big screen. Actually, I'll do it big screen so you can still see them, because I can't let them get away with not being on camera. The T800 gun I received, the half-scale part of the Terminator part work, as a subscriber free gift. They gave away a gun, which is half-scale, obviously, so he can hold it in his little tiny hand.
Cool.
And look like he's shooting things. It's mainly plastic. The metal bit, it doesn't really come out on camera as the colour. This sort of grip assembly is metal, but the rest of it is plastic and mostly hollow. It did come in parts. The silencer bit unscrews and comes off, and the little barrel bit on the top, and the clip actually has a little clip release there, and you can unclip that. I might not be able to do it with one hand while I'm holding that. Let me put them down. You can unclip that and pull the clip out.
Cool.
So that's how it actually came with separate bits, but obviously in use it's just going to be assembled and left as is. Am I going to be altering it much? I'm not going to alter it as such. I will be doing some painting, update and modifications to it. I've seen a few variations of different paint styles on it. Mostly it seems to be sort of this bit. I can't get used to the camera being backwards. It's reversed. Or it's not reversed, that's the point. This bit I think needs to be black, or this bit more silvery, and I'm going to find a variation picture online that I like and do that. I've been considering how to do it. The one other thing is on the silencer bit there is a little bit of a seam line that you might not be able to see on this camera. There you go, just catch it on the light just right, you can just see it down there. So that will take a little bit of work, so I'm going to have to do something to the silencer in colour anyway. I've been considering what I'm going to do with it, and I'm thinking I might just try some C1. I've got the C1 metallizer powder. And I think it will go over this quite nicely. So I'm thinking about what bits I may need to leave that colour and what bits I need to chrome up a bit, in which case I'm going to try some C1 on it and see just what it makes of it. So yeah, stick around, watch. Their Terminator videos are, 2 of them are up, if I remember correctly. I've done all 4. All 4 exist in video form. But the first 2, I think, went live yesterday morning and this morning. There's another one to go live tomorrow morning and another one on Saturday morning. And that will be the final of this month's deliveries. But at some point in the next, hopefully, few days-ish, probably Sunday, I'll get a chance to actually try out and do some upgrades on it. That's the major thing of the upgrades and modifications this month. Because the rest of it's pretty much the same. It's all the arms going together and everything, but there's a little bit of weathering to do on it, but not much. So yes, I hope that answered your question. Does it need it? Says Sam. It doesn't really need anything. It's fine as it is, but in all the pictures that I've seen of it, it has got this sort of two-tone variation, which it really doesn't. It sort of does. The metal bit is black, and this is the sort of gunmetal type thing. But there's always been this differentiation between this bit here and this bit, and it sort of is but isn't. You can see there's a difference between those bits, but they're not really different in the flesh. It's just a sort of different texture to it or something like that. So you could get away with leaving it exactly as it is, and it will be fine. But because I can tinker a little bit, and I've never been worried about making things screen accurate or perfect or anything like that, because I haven't got the skills to make it as accurate as it can be. But I do like to get a little bit closer, so there will be a bit more weathering and sort of scuffing and wear on the edges and things like that. So yeah, Zombie Biker says, didn't realise how big the gun was when I received mine. Yeah, I mean, at half scale, it's only the grip that sort of is tiny. I mean, if that was the handle, then that would be a functional gun, and that's, you know, a decent size for a handgun, isn't it? But obviously, being half scale, it's a big rifle. It's not a handgun, so yeah, it's quite nice looking, but it could do with a little bit of work. I can't wait to see what you do so I can do mine. Thank you, says Stuart. Yeah, I'll keep you up to date. And another question from Stuart. The fingers they're sending out as an upgrade, as I sorted mine by using heat shrink tube. Yeah, the fingers, I actually emailed them today because I've seen people in Facebook groups getting the finger upgrade packs where they're sending out the pins the same as the later fingers that we got rather than the earlier ones that are a bit floppy. So I emailed them today to say, hey, where's mine? Do I need to order them, or are you just sending them out? And got the stock, you know, we've received your query reply, but not an actual we're doing anything about it reply yet. So
I can't remember, is it Hachette or D'Agostini for that one?
That one's Hachette, although it sort of isn't. It's one of these confusing things. On the magazine, it's got Studio Canal. It's Hachette, but it's also done through a different people. So yeah, nobody seems to be 100% sure.
Well, you might want to email them a couple more times.
Well, I've got a reply saying we'll look into it. So that's as much as I'd hope for. If I don't get anything, people have got some joy going through a different Facebook group, like the official Facebook group. So if I don't hear anything middle of next week or whatever, then I'll give them a shout on that. So Zombie Biker says, I was worried the arm would not be able to support it, but now I feel it will be okay. I also feel it will be okay. The arm, as you haven't seen in the videos yet because they're not public yet, the shoulder has a nice sort of springy tensioning thing, so you can actually push it in and then you can rotate it wherever you like and it pops back out and it locks in place there. So it's really quite secure. The elbow is actually... Sorry?
It's like a ratchet tensioner.
Yeah, it's basically almost like a gear that fits inside and when you spring it, it pops out and can rotate to wherever, and when you pop it back in, it all meshes up. The elbow has an Allen key that you actually tighten up to tighten up the joint. So when you tighten it up, it doesn't move. You loosen it off, and you can feel it sort of click to many different places, and then you can tighten it up whichever one you like. So it's not exactly free moving, but it's not a problem to do. And the Allen key is accessible, you know, when it's built, so you can adjust it whenever you like, as long as you don't lose your Allen key. Ed75 has, do you think you'll have a problem holding the plasma? Nice picture again, yeah. I don't think so. I've seen pictures and videos of people having got it held in the grip and just holding the shoulder, and it's working, it's holding. So I think once you tighten everything up, it'll be fine. There was some talk about there being a clip of some description that will clip somewhere onto the arm and somewhere onto the gun, so I don't know what there is down the line. I have just noticed that on the underneath of here there is actually a hole, which potentially, I don't know if that could be attached to something, or I don't know. I only noticed it when I put it down just now, that there's a bit sort of almost unfinished about it, but I assume they'll figure it out. They'll have done something so you can do it. They're not going to make you, you know, build a model of this size and complexity without having worked things out before. Sam Stubbs says, I'm sorry guys, have any of you been following Steve Williams' bonkers upgrades? My goodness, I have indeed. It scares me a little bit when I see a post on my Facebook feed saying Steve Williams has done this, because it's actually my brother's name. And he's not a model maker, he doesn't build and do things. So yeah, I always get this notification on my phone saying Steve Williams has posted in the group. It's like, he's not in the group. What is he? What? No. But yeah, he's done some amazing things. He's got the I mean, the eyes have got left and right rotation, but he's actually got it all almost radio controlled. He's got it controlled by a little Arduino computer thing. So it's actually got neck movement as well, and it's gone absolutely crazy on that. It's very impressive. Princess, says George. He's there. There's a princess over that side. There is. Jamie just posted my current build in the Gross group. I shall get to that momentarily. Thank you, Jamie. We'll have a look at that. Mr. Loth Vincent is in. Studio Canal is a French commercial TV broadcaster. Oh, right, okay. Do a lot of movies, probably own the local rights to distribute Terminator movies in France, hence Hachette being forced to brand it. That could be. I know I've heard the Studio Canal somewhere, but couldn't place it in relation to. But yes, now you've said it, I do remember there being Studio Canal movies. So yeah, that might well be it. We have Zad Story, evening all. And Gaz Vickers just nearly ripped his toe off, apparently. So hope you get better. What did you do? What? Was it deliberate, or you should wear slippers? They're comfortable and lovely. They're like hooks for your feet.
I came back to a very odd bit there.
Evening all from an almost 40-year-old tomorrow, unless my bathroom door murders me overnight. Right, so it's his bathroom door that obviously affected his feet. You did it self-inflicted then, isn't it? You did it to yourself. Happy birthday for tomorrow. 40's nothing. You don't worry about 40. Vincent says movies and TV show distribution is more like it with regards to them. All lovingly dubbed in French. Lovely. Vincent, why are you watching and in chat? Come and join in and actually click the buttons and come and talk. Oh, I see you've got a message there. Grabbing a drink, then joining. So yeah, see you in a moment. You'll be backstage, but when I notice that you're here, I'll put you in front stage, so you'll be okay.
If anyone likes French cinema, look for a film called OSS 117. It's very funny. It's like the French version of James Bond. It's quite amusing.
All right. I'll try and remember that and probably forget it. Stuart has another question. Next question. The X-Ring. Moving on to my other part work that I'm doing. You said in your last episode you have some ideas for upgrades. Can you enhance? Probably not, because I've forgotten everything that I would have said. I don't remember things. It seems to be something to do with recording stuff on camera that as soon as you say it, I forget all about it. And Fox has the same problem. He'll say something and not know what he said 2 minutes later. The X-Ring upgrades, there are things that I'm still planning on doing. I haven't got around to doing the upgrades on that for a couple of months. The R2-D2 foot, he's got 3 feet now. One of them I have done some sprue goo and stuff and tied it up and made look nicer. I need to do the same to the other 2 feet. And I'm still working on the light blocking for the laser. I have one here. Here's one I prepared earlier. It uses a clear plastic fibre optic, basically, which the light, obviously there's a bulb one end and the end of the laser gun, the other end lights up red. But it leaks light along its length in a couple of places. There's a join in the middle of the metal tube that is the cannon. So I thought, that's all right, it's leaking out the sides of the thing. If I just paint that black around the outside and leave the ends transparent, then that will be fine, because you only need the light at the end, and the light will go in one end, it will bounce around the fibre optic as it normally does, and come out the other end nice and bright. It didn't. For some reason, by painting it black, when I had got it all black and left the ends, say, clear and transparent, the light didn't come out the other end. It was somehow absorbed by bouncing around against the black paint on the outside of the tube somehow. I'm not sure exactly how the physics of it works, but it didn't work, basically. So I'm still working on possible solutions and upgrades for that.
You tried silver?
Did I try silver? I didn't. It might work, but the silver... Yeah, I as far as I was aware, it didn't matter what you did to the outside, because it's sort of the inner thing of the thing that's reflecting. It's not actually getting to the outside. So if it goes through the outside of the fibre optic, then it's escaped anyway. It doesn't matter what it's doing.
Usually, though, with the fibre optics, it shouldn't come out the side unless there's a kink or a crack in it.
Yeah, but it was. Well, it obviously wasn't, but it was, because when I painted it black, it wasn't getting to the other end, so it must be going somewhere. So it must be something. So yeah, painting it in silver is an option I hadn't really thought about, to be honest. So yeah, I'll try that again and see if that makes any difference.
Could always try fine shrink wrap as well.
Yeah,
Heat
that
shrink.
was another option, but I'm sort of concerned about the thickness as well, because it's a couple of places where it needs to be quite thin to fit through the tube and the gun. So
Suppose.
by adding an extra layer to it, you're making it. And why would that be different to painting it black?
I don't know. But then again, if it's got scratches where the light's coming out, the paint could be going into the scratches and then blocking
yeah,
the actual filament.
yeah. I'll play around. That's a spare bit that I had from one of the test run issues, which now I've almost sort of sanded the paint back off again, and it's working again now. You can't see it now, but it is. Look,
Worst comes to worst,
put that against the white screen, and it doesn't work at all. You can't see a thing, but it does.
worst comes to worst, you can always just replace the fibre optic with brand new stuff. So
Yeah, oh yeah. I've got another spare one anyway, so it's potentially fixing it is doable. It was just trying to think about what to do to fix it. The other option here, of course, is to just mat the inside of where it is leaking, the join. I can get to the join piece because it's a join piece. It's not like the middle of a tube. So I might just have to do that, cover that black, in which case it'll only be a little bit of that. We have a Vincent arrived. I shall add him to the stream.
George is saying hi, and so is Spiddy. Hello, Spiddy.
Hello.
Well, I'll catch up with the... Yeah, because Vincent was just stuffing his face quickly. He's obviously finished. Or is he finished? Is he still stuffing his face? He's got a drink there.
No, yeah, obviously have a drink. Yeah. Hi. Evening, everyone.
Good evening. Let's just see what we got. George was going to join, but don't want it to be too crowded. Plus, I actually have to do some work. Don't worry about it being too crowded. You can always join in, but make sure you do your work first, because I wouldn't want to be responsible for you, getting sacked. Stuart does say, solve that again. Use heat shrink tubing, but don't heat shrink it. Just put 3 pieces with one in the middle. Okay, yeah, I could try that, but I haven't got any heat shrink tubing, and I always like to solve these things with stuff that I've already got, rather than have to go out and get the wrong stuff and then get the right stuff, and then so yeah.
Well, you've got a DIY shop close to you.
Well, yeah, that's right. Not so much a DIY shop, but there are shops that I can. Well, there's always Amazon. Speed can't make it tonight, but he'll catch when I'm able. Cool, fair enough. Steve's here, cynical Steve saying evening purple. Purple or people or popples. Yeah. Stuart says don't paint it. Yeah, I did, and yeah, realised that it was a bad thing. So. Chancer's in from North Wales saying evening all, evening Chancer.
Evening.
And Spid says hi Jerry and Princess Twinkly Toes. Right. Yes, I've got a new thing. I've got my new toy, my Stream Deck. Look, a little box of magic, which apparently lets me do things. It's not fully integrated to the StreamYard yet, so I can't do proper camera twists and things like that with it. But apparently I can post in the chat. If I press that button, then apparently it posts in the chat as me, pre-programmed messages that I've already put in, like that one that says hello and welcome. Yay! I haven't been able to test it as yet because I haven't been live as yet to do it. But I've put in a couple of things. I put in the link to the website. So if you are watching and want to come along and join and put stuff in the gallery, you can do it by going there. I can do that. I can put it in the chat, and I can do that as well. So it's all proper button pressing stuff. But
isn't technology grand?
I can just do everything all at once. Yeah, that's my website. I have got the group. So if you want to join the Facebook group, you can do that there. I did it in the wrong order, didn't I? See, I'm not that professional. That was before. This is now. There we go. And also, as two out of the 3 guests that I have at the moment are my patron supporters, you too can become a patron supporter. have a look at that website that I've just put up there. Look, it's clever stuff.
I'm your friend, Chris. That's how I support you.
Yeah, that's sort of similar, but less financial, but more moral. Or yes, so that's there for everybody. I can put it in the link. I can press it again and make it come up. It's even got a little counter down here that tells me how many people are watching, which is even right apparently. So yeah, I'm working on integration with things and stuff. I should be able to get it to turn me lights on for me as well. So I'll work that out for next time. Hopefully, maybe. You never know, it might work. Right, and Steve says, fancy tech, am I on the right channel? I know, it's amazing, isn't it? I might even get things right at some point, and you know.
Let's not go too far, Chris.
It might not. Oh, there you go, Vincent. And George says, I'm his friend and do both.
True.
So friends can be patrons as well. Kenneth's here. He says, morning all. Is Vincent somewhere different?
No, I just replaced the glass desk.
Oh no, it's a different camera angle. Now I'm looking more
different
closely.
camera angle because
let me put you on full screen so we can.
Yeah, I'm going back to 2 cameras, but won't have them connected at the same time, so I don't.
Okay. So this isn't your normal bench though, is it? You'd normally be on the bench to your left.
I've changed out the glass desk for these IKEA beach hardwood tables.
Ah, right. So your big shelf thing is sort of behind you now, rather than to your left.
No. The shelf is still in the right angle. I just have a webcam now set up on the rack that holds my computer.
Okay.
So
I was just trying to see where was it before then.
It's right there. I'll not show it because the room is kind of stuffed in cardboard boxes at the moment because of all the moving and.
But the bench that you were working at last time was the one to your left elbow.
Well, basically, last time I was sitting like this.
Yeah, that's right. So your shelves are over your left now. I understand.
There's a camera going back in here as soon as I start modeling again, which obviously at the moment I'm not able to.
No problem. I was just trying to get my bearings for when I sneak in late at night. I know where things are. So.
It's a long way to sneak in.
Let's see what we got. Stuart says, Chris, do you work as I do and still don't seem to have time to do as much as I want? I do, yes, I still am in full-time employment. I'm an anhorologist, so you can Google that later and find out what I do. So yes, I do that. I just do this as a after-hours hobby, and then got bullied into making films about it and then started doing the streams as well. So yeah, it just sort of went and took off, and I still don't know why I've got so many subscribers as I have, and they're still coming along. So hello new subscribers, it's normally lovely, it's great here, you're welcome. Cynical Steve says the only person I'm allowed to be a patron of are indoors. That's also fair enough, that's perfectly acceptable. Kenneth says I'm not his friend and I support him on Patreon. You are my friend too, Kenneth. You're just a long way away, but it's fine, it's lovely. Stuart says me too, Kenneth. Yeah, I love all my friends equally. Some more equally than others, but it's all lovely. Spid says you're scoping out for when you got to pinch the cool new computer, aren't you? I'm not going to pinch. No. Dad at Scaly Models has got a new computer coming. That's why he hasn't been around on stream for a while. But he will be back apparently when his new computer turns up, and apparently it's going to be bright red.
No, I think Spiddy meant the.
Oh, for your new computer. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
It doesn't really look like a computer at the moment because all the smaller parts. But
yes, but you had a computer that's still working and building and upgrading another one.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Dad sort of died, didn't it? And then he just ordered a new one. Because some of us are not up to building complete systems anymore because it's been a long time since I did that.
Yeah, I'm doing a full water cooling custom loop.
Yeah, that scares me. Water and electricity, I've always been taught, don't go well together. So when people talk about water cooling computers, it always fills me with dread. Stuart's been doing some Googling on the side. He's just looked at my job. That could lead to a whole new set of questions. Yeah, I try not to answer work-related questions while I'm not at work. Right, let's see. Where are we? Oh, it's 8:30 already. Not that I have a particular time, but why not? While it's that time, Let's ask the question, time and telly. So, what time is it where you are, and what are you watching on telly? Not necessarily live at the moment, but what series are you watching, or anything else? If you watch telly, if you just watch YouTube videos, then is there a channel that we should all go to subscribe to, or anything like that? So, chuck it in the chat. I'll go back to the chat so I can keep your comments coming and keep them coming live on screen, because it means I don't have to talk so much when you do the talking and writing and stuff, because I run out of things to say. Right, we have Cynical Steve. It hasn't popped up on my thing that I can share yet, though. I can see it over there, but not over there. Oh, I'll have to wait a minute. It'll get there eventually. We'll just wait. How about you guys? Have you been watching anything on telly?
I've been watching, just catching up on some of my anime. I've been watching a series called Seven Deadly Sins, which is quite amusing.
Cool. And what time is it there?
Exactly the same time as you. It is 31 minutes past 8.
Boring.
In Scotland land.
I want international times. You have to make one up. Right, there we go. Cynical Steve says it's 8:30 and Salvage Hunters. That was what you was telling me about that last week. I haven't watched any of the shows that anybody mentioned last week because I forgot. You know what I mentioned earlier about forgetting things? I think, if I remember correctly, I mentioned it. I forget things. Spid says it's 8:30 and a thoroughly moved bunch of blokes on telly. Move. What? Move? I can't think what that's a typo for, Spid. You'll have to help me out on that.
I don't know.
Any guesses?
No, that's not even a Scottish phrase.
It's not. You're completely moved. No, it doesn't work, does it? No.
To answer and to promote your earlier question, it is 1:32 in the afternoon in Denver, Colorado.
Thank you.
4:32 in the morning in Tokyo, and 3:32 in Pittsburgh.
Great, lovely. That makes me feel so much better. Zombie Biker says 8:30 p.m. for me. Manifest is the new show for me. I don't know that one either. Manifest. It sounds like someone reading off a list of what's on a boat, but it probably isn't. IMDb Delicatessen after your Terminator build. That sounds thoroughly weird. Okay, I know what a delicatessen is, but I don't remember talking about it in the Terminator build. But I think I've mentioned the thing about my memory and not remembering things that I might have said. There we go. We got a proper one now. 1331 Overwatch League. You're always watching Overwatch though. That doesn't help. Your Shanghai Dragons. I'm thinking, is that the team? Are they winning again still, or are they still losing? Because they were losing and then they started winning and Fox got cross.
Isn't that like a rather big esports organization? Because that name sounds familiar, like it should be in League of Legends as well.
I think it's just massive because of Overwatch.
No, I think they used to run a League of Legends team as well. Because a lot of these esports organizations have teams in most of the competitive games, if not all.
All right, so there might be a real team as well as a virtual team.
No, as in there will be a real team playing Overwatch, and there will be a real team playing League of Legends or Dota.
All right, no, it's definitely a real team playing Overwatch because he goes and watches them and stuff.
Yeah, what I'm saying, Chris, it's usually bigger than just one game. These organizations.
Oh right, okay, I got you. So they may be doing the same team playing different things.
Different teams playing different things.
Yeah, but owned by one governing. Overwatch, not an Overwatch.
Yeah.
Stuart Rose is in York. I can't wait for Peaky Blinders to start next Sunday. I never got into that. I saw a bit of it and it didn't do anything for me, so I never watched that one. Zadster says here it's permanently 1983. Mostly watching Hubnut videos. I don't know who Hubnut videos is. I'm assuming that he repairs things, but I don't know. Spid's got an update on his move bunch of blokes. It should have said nice. Yeah, that wasn't even close.
No. That's what it means. It's the film, the French film.
I just saw that. Delicatessen was the film that was in your Terminator magazine. Yes, they do have some. I don't know why. at the start it was sort of roboty type films and that sort of thing, but they seem to have just thrown that out the window and just gone for, we'll just grab any film you like off the window, off the shelf, and yeah, we'll put this one in this week.
It's actually a very disturbing French film as well.
It sounds delicious, but
trust me, it's not.
Zombie Biker 600 also can't wait for Peaky Blinders. And Zedster says Hubnut's a bloke who owns mostly rubbish old cars and has interesting adventures in Wales and elsewhere. I hear Wales and elsewhere are closely connected.
I've been basically binge watching deck YouTubers, like one guy who's well known for his water cooling stuff, just to research and figure out how to do it.
I've been watching. I finished watching Elementary, or at least all the seasons that were free on Prime. He just finished the end of the 5th season, I think it was, and the 6th one's not on Prime Video yet, so I can't watch that yet.
I think the 6th one's on Netflix, though. I think I watched that.
So, yeah, but your Netflix is probably different to my Netflix.
It depends. Usually, when one show is available on both ends, it will have the same amount of episodes released.
So yeah, I'll
if it is,
it'll be around.
But being on Prime on your end, it might not actually have it because they own the rights to it for the UK.
I'm sure the next season will be on Prime next year or something. I'll catch it when it comes back. They'll helpfully remind me and say, "Oh, because you watched this show, you might watch this show."
Over here, I've actually Netflix updated their the Big Bang Theory, so they've got season 8 to 11 now. And the weird thing is, it's like they released 8 to 10, and now the last 3 seasons they're releasing every few weeks. What weird?
All right, that's the last season, isn't it?
No, 13's the last season.
13. Oh, right, because I've seen 12, I thought, on Netflix.
Over here, it's only up to 11. They might have had 12 by now, I suppose.
I thought they did that on Channel 4. The last series, the last series of The Big Bang was on Channel 4 because they basically plagued it to death and repeated it like every other week.
Really? I don't watch live TV. I can't think the last time I actually watched something that was actually on the telly live.
The news.
I don't watch the news.
That's just depressing.
There's nothing interesting. Anything interesting I hear about the news, I hear through Facebook.
The kind of job I'm in, it's pretty important to be on top of current events, I suppose. But.
Oh yeah. Chancellor says it's 8:36, and a great channel for YouTube is Doshinfel. If you enjoy naval history, very incisive military history. It's excellent. Valuetainment and Company Man. I don't know any of them, but.
Military history visualized and his alternate channel, military history not visualized, is pretty good to watch as well.
All right, cool.
And military aviation history is another fun YouTube channel to watch.
There's so many YouTube channels and things. I mean, some of them are really, really dull and boring, like mine, but there's other ones that are quite interesting.
If there's one you need to put on, it's World War II. It's just called World War II, and basically it's the follow-up channel to the Great War. Those guys who did the week-by-week reporting on the Great War when it was like 100 years ago. Now they're basically doing the same for World War II since 1944, 75 years ago now.
Stuart says, my partner and I have just finished the whole 8 series Game of Thrones. That was the best way to watch it. I watched the first series of Game of Thrones and really enjoyed it, loved it. I started watching the first episode and I was like, I've seen this before, I know what's going to happen next. And it turned out I'd actually read the book a few years previous. So I sort of knew what was going to happen, but they changed it up and changed things. I watched the first bit of season 2 and then drifted away and didn't watch anything more. But I have got the box set ready to go, ready to watch when I can find some time to sit down and watch it, really. Because it's not a show that... When I watch telly, I like to watch telly. I know a lot of people watch telly by sitting down in front of the telly, putting something on, and then picking up the iPad or the phone or scrolling through Facebook or whatever. I prefer to actually watch and pay attention to a show. If it's not a show I'm watching, then yeah, I'll sit and look at Facebook or whatever. But if it's a program that I want to watch, then I'll actually watch it straight up. Spid says the Big Bang's a show that did nothing for me. It was amusing. I won't say I'm going to miss it terribly now it's gone, but yeah, I await watching the final series. Zazda said it was good until they started getting married.
Yeah, I'm finding the humor is starting to die down by season.
It seems to be the same humour repeated again, but it's always quite
Yeah.
Chancellor agrees with everything. Stuart's coming to Sacramento apparently for 2 weeks. You're going to see Grey Wolf apparently. The Great War Week by Week was brilliant, says Chancellor. Is that the one you were talking about, Vincent, or was that?
Yeah. And like I said, World War II will be follow-up channel.
I just see that message down there from you. Right, that's that then. Right, I'm gonna have a pop across to the group. I shall put the link in. Look, I press the button and it appears. Look, you can still go and join the Facebook group.
Magic.
As if by magic. Yeah. I'll even put the same banner up as the link, not the other way round. I'll do it properly.
To be fair, if I could be bothered, I could probably write a macro for my macro keys on my keyboard, but I can't.
Yep, probably very easily. Yep. But this one's got a little picture on it that says group on it, so I know which one to press. I'd have to print out a thing and cut a little bit of paper out and stick it on front of the key to know what I was doing in the other one. But so I shall go across to the group and we can have a look and see what people have been doing. So I shall change the layout and I'll put us in little pictures on the side, and then we can still be here when that's happening over there. So we go like that. There we go. Smooth and professional. I know it's unusual and you might not like it, but so this is my pictures from the Gross Group that I have found. This is the first one that was not shown last week, because last week we ended with, if I go the right way, last week we ended with some of Tom and Roger doing his ATST smashed up, and Tom doing a land speeder. We have Daryl who's doing big things of Blade and accompanying things. So yeah, I'm always in awe of a lot of Daryl's pictures. They just, everything looks so real when he's finished it, and it's great to see the way he builds it up. And I try and learn how to do these things, but it never works out quite the same for me. So yeah, once you can see that one arm is done and one he hasn't quite finished yet, but it's very interesting watching how he's painting them up. So I'll just scan through those. Let's see the changes happening. And sword, oh, shiny sword, look, that's nice. Yeah, that was the same body but different head in it. So he's got 3 different heads, I think he had. I like that one. That was much more scary. Added skeleton down the bottom there. Right, this is Steve. This is Cynical Steve down there. He found a box of forgotten things. It's an ABC warrior, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I assume that's resin by the looks of it.
Yeah. And an R2D2 by the looks of it in the background.
There's definitely an R2D2 going on behind him there, isn't there? Yeah. And oh yeah, Quano Man found a picture of Baby Fox. So I don't know that the eye colour's right, but
yeah, I'm probably going to end up with Fox chasing me down the street because he's like, he don't live all that far away from it.
It's slightly scary that he hasn't got a shirt on as well. So right, this is back to Steve. He's got his Matland Ridge Racer, the one that Fox bought and painted up. I assume he's going to do exactly the same. But he also got the Tau Piranha.
Oh yeah, I was there when he got those. I didn't know he got the Ridge Runner actually. I only saw the Piranha.
He sneakily bought things without everyone noticing. And he's obviously getting into the contrast thing, Ultra, and yeah, paint, quick build, Airfix, no glue, no paint, just build. it's FX Lego, isn't it? It's since Lego lost their exclusive rights to their stud arrangement, everyone's been doing them.
Yeah.
Oh, they lost that, like, isn't
It
it?
was like 15 years ago, I think.
Already, I think. Because Mega Bloks always kind of got around it, because on the bottom there's like a tab placed different to click that actually grips onto the.
Yeah, they sort of cheated a little bit and made it not quite right. I've just noticed that my my head is behind the Gross Models banner there, so I'll just remove that briefly, so you can see me. I know you're missing seeing me, so the trouble is now I've lost my panel. There it is.
Yeah, you're just underneath the live one now, I think.
Yeah, that's okay. The live one disappears when it's not live, so that's okay. We have LD Dennis Cropper doing yet another red Gundam that's amazing looking.
That's
He churns them out like one every 2 days or something. So
isn't that some, what is that?
I don't know. It's red.
Go back to the front view of it.
It irks me that I can't recognise it. Is that a Sinanju?
Yeah, that's a Sinanju.
Yeah.
I'm going back the wrong way. Is it?
It's just missing the back.
Yeah, that's probably what's throwing me off.
But that's a Sinanju. It's not quite the same as that. It's pretty close there. It hasn't got the unicorn helmet thing that I'm holding him with.
The legs are wrong. That's also what's throwing you.
Oh, it's someone responding. It's the high grade Sinanju.
Ah,
There you go. Well, you should know he's the one that's building it. So
Good.
yeah. It's coming at just the right time.
I didn't link the.
oh, it's a Sinanju Stein.
There we
That's
go.
why.
Yeah.
The red one's slightly differently shaped. That's why I'm. That's why
Okay,
it's
so
throwing me.
it's the grey one, but he's painted it red. But there is a red one, you say, so it's... Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, the Stein is the grey and white one that's in... Oh, God, what one is it? It's a unicorn?
Yeah, it's from the.
No idea. You're talking about...
Yeah,
things
it's from
that I have
Unicorn.
no idea about again.
I'm just unboxing these paints I ordered.
And there's me. I've got legs, see? Look, I'm using my legs. This is my new member for the group. My wife joined. She's been doing the Metal Earth. This is the snitch, the golden snitch from Harry Potter, and the foldable photo etch type Metal Earth thing. She got nearly to the end and then needed a little bit of help.
Do you just wear those T-shirts 24/7 now? Just in any photo opportunity?
Yep. Any chance that there's going to be any cameras involved? No, I've got a few of them. I mean, I'm not wearing a Gross Models on today, so there you go.
Is that a Flores one?
Sorry.
What T-shirt is that? I can't make it out.
This one today. It's a Warhamster T-shirt.
Oh right.
I'm allowed to wear them in days that aren't Sunday as well. So yeah. So yes. That was that. We have Steve again found some more things. A collection of alien micro machines. No micro machines did lots of strange things, but I didn't know they did an aliens group.
Cool.
But, yeah, I don't know what that is. I think this was meant to be a friend of the other little lost droid I found last week. He appears to have lost an arm. Doesn't look very happy about it. Well, neither would you, but. So if anybody knows what that's from.
It rings a bell, but I'm not sure.
It's got the look of being from some TV show or other, but I don't know. And yeah, alien stuff.
Babylon 5. Yeah.
I never watched Babylon 5. I don't know why.
It was an underrated series.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the outside bits, like the in-space CGI, is a bit. Yeah, you need to get over that. But the actual
Steve says it's not made from anything; it's made up. Okay.
But the actual interior scenes, where the actual acting happens, I suppose, that's actually pretty good. With a caveat that, just like any science fiction series, the first season, the acting isn't quite there yet.
No, but in all fairness, with Babylon 5, they did change like half the cast in Series 2. So.
Oh, did they get rid of the bad ones then?
Yeah, basically.
He doesn't know what those three are from. I don't know what those three are from.
That's Tau.
Yeah, that's definitely got some.
Tau. That's the Tau suit. That's one of the original ones.
All right.
That's a Hammerhead, I think. Tau Hammerhead. It's a Tau tank.
It says more Tau. I don't know anything. No clue. Possibly Front Mission Game. I don't know what Front Mission Game is either. So.
That I've got no clue about.
Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. I watched it once and never felt the need to watch it again.
Most people did that as well.
I watched it to death just because that was the first DVD I ever owned on my very own DVD player on my very own TV in my room.
Nice.
Yeah,
Have you still got it?
What, the movie or the DVD player? Because
yes.
I have none of the three.
Hicks from Aliens and Terminator. I'll be back. It looks 3D printed, but it probably isn't. It's probably resin.
Resin or possibly vinyl.
Yeah, not as much detail as I would expect from resin. So yeah. There we have my wife building. This is the post that I said about the new member. So she's putting the snitch together there. And we have Len doing a plane. I don't know what plane. Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't
it was a vinyl. It was a vinyl Terminator.
Ah, there we go. Yep.
Oh, that's horrible to work with.
I've not done any vinyl or any resin actually, so yeah.
Resin is not too bad as long as you know how to deal with it. Once you follow the rules, it's fine. But vinyl is horrible.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of vinyl kits. It's a nightmare to glue. It's a nightmare to paint.
I don't think I'll bother.
I avoid them like the plague if it's vinyl.
This is George playing with spoons, playing with India inks. You've got some nice shading going on there. You can really tell the blending. Spoons, says George. Yes. Spoons, says Tom. Yeah, Tom knows all about spoons. Steve again. Something else that he's found or built. I can never tell. It's definitely built because it's got different colours that don't really go together. So he's obviously been kit bashing things again. Yeah, some sort of giant chainsaw flying something with legs, or the legs might be separate for something completely different. That was the thing that he was building last week.
Looks a bit like the quad jumper out of Star Wars.
It does look like that. It's tubes of I don't remember now, orange stomach tablets or something. Why has that changed? I didn't tell it to change. There we go. George is putting up pictures of his army, sort of real painting things. Oh, that must be more playing with inks on real things rather than playing with inks on spoons.
Cool.
Yeah. Jamie's working on the AFX 135th Tiger 1 early version.
Cool.
And that was the last picture. That's back to the group thing. So I shall stop sharing again. Bring us back to the screens. Welcome all. Get to the moderately big screen again. I see Jerry's got some stuff. What are you building, Jerry?
Oh, that's just a snaz wagon.
Oh, it's the little thing you.
What I will do is I shall show you a bit that is currently being worked on, but because I haven't done anything for a while, I'll just move it that way.
Ooh, that's a large weapon.
Yes.
What is it?
It's a bit dusty. It's a Skoda mortar.
Is that from Warhammer then?
No, that is an actual German artillery piece.
Oh right, it's a real world thing.
Yes.
Okay, that's huge, and the huge Is it? I assume it's huge. I can't tell the scale.
It's 135.
So pretty big. Sprue Glue says he wondered how long it would take for me to say orange. I don't know. Did I? What? When?
Yeah, you said orange with the orange tubes, the orange
Oh, to be
vitamin tubes.
To be fair, Chris, if you want to see a similar caliber sized gun that's even bigger, SOAR models, that spin-off from Aoshima that also does the Dora, right? They do a World War II gun, but it's like on massive, the wheels with little feet on it. Beautiful setup, beautiful setup. I need to look for that now. Give me a second.
That is that.
It's lovely, that.
Yeah, Steve says it was his version of the quad jumper, and it was vitamin tubes. I was sort of right-ish. That's me remembering stuff.
I think I don't have anything else out here that I can show you. Oh, actually, wait a minute, there is something.
Big tube, says Osric. Big tube. You're a big tube. Right. That's that. Where are we? Almost an hour in. 9 o'clock. We've done that. So, what you got? It's orange. I can see orange. Let me put Jerry on the big screen. We're not going to be able to see what it is from this angle.
Yeah, it's quite bad. Let me just pull this up.
Is it a head?
Yeah. And try and get the angle on the camera. It's if anyone knows, it's from the anime series or a battle Dunbine.
Doesn't ring a bell.
It's one of the older ones.
No, it looks like a giant eagle skull that's eaten something. But
yeah, this is basically just its spine.
Cool. Oh, you've broken it now?
It's not actually finished. It hasn't been finished for quite a while.
Doesn't mean it's okay to break it. It's all right. Right. So what have I been? I've done the Terminator thing. I'm still got the Zaku, not Zaku, Sazabi. That's the word. George will be cross with me if I've forgotten about it. I'm doing the decals at the moment. I'm putting decals on the arms and things, working my way down with the decals. I've just finished doing the arms. So I'll be taking the backpack off and doing the decals on that, and then working my way down, and when I've pulled his legs off, I'll put him back together again. So yeah, it's just finding time to do it at the moment. I had a lot of part works turn up at once. They messed up the X-Ring and sent me a couple of earlier issues again when they should have sent me the later ones, and I contacted them and said, hey. So then they sent me the later ones, and then like a week later they sent me the current ones. So I had a lot of X-Rings turn up all at once. And then obviously the Terminator came, and so yeah, I haven't actually done much proper modelling because I've been busy with the other stuff. But now that's all finished, I've just got to do the upgrades for the gun, and then it will be back to proper work, proper modelling. That's some sort of another Mobile Suit Gundam thing. We can't hear you, Jerry. You're still muted.
Yes, I'm a Muppet. Not the best camera angle, to be honest. It was only a trial run with this angle anyway.
Are those eyes?
No, those are beam cannons. Let me just see if I can do this.
Got a head on the top. Okay.
Excuse the shakiness of this.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I can make out more of it now.
So, let me just set this for a second.
His camera. I've broken his camera. Oh well. While he's gone. Grey Wolf is asking, do you guys know if Eagle Moss has released Build Your Own Enterprise D in the UK yet? I didn't know that they were doing one. But
there you go.
Not that
There's a bit of it. There's a better view of it.
That's cool.
Excuse me, I've got my window open. Somebody's being loud outside.
Jobs.
They seem to have quietened down again. So, no, I don't know if they. I didn't know that they were doing one. That'd be either massive or it's going to have to be massive, isn't it?
There you go.
Mahusi.
My first ever LED mod. I did it when I was
got a red light.
I did that when I was about 13 or something like that.
Cool. It doesn't move though.
No. I was only 13. That was my first one time. I've got a little bit more complex now, but.
Cool. Right, let's have a look. Grey Wolf says they had it here in the US. It's been, I guess, about a month now. I'm trying to find somebody who's building it. I don't know. Tell me more about it. Is it what scale is it, and how many weeks is it over, and things like that? And Eagle Moss are not my favourite supplier. I've heard lots of problems with their builds. People getting trouble getting bits, and then just deciding to make it last longer and things like that. So.
To be fair, I'm surprised that Polar Lights already brings out a significantly sized Enterprise D with a lighting kit available from themselves.
Yeah.
Which isn't really that expensive. It's like, what, €200 with lights? Maybe a bit more, and it's like, because Enterprise D isn't one of the smaller enterprises.
No, I'm assuming it's going to have some sort of removable panels for interior or something, or
that might be what makes the difference. Yeah, where you can lift up the bridge and have like the bridge,
and the entire saucer section will come off and
that would be quite cool.
Float away for no reason.
Float away, and the real working tractor beams and phasers. Yeah,
and then the show writers will realize that's actually a ridiculous idea and never ever use it again after the first season. No, actually, they used it in the movies, which were horrible.
Ridiculous.
Did they not use it against the Borg?
Wasn't that in one of the movies? I know after the first season, it's like only once or twice, and then you get that silly thing in Voyager with the vectoring mode where it actually splits in like 4 pieces, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, you used the splittable Enterprise in the first bit in the film, and I believe in the Borg fight as well, when they got Picard back from the Borg.
In the Borg 359 episodes.
Yeah, when they took him back, they split up there as well. So
yeah,
that sounds right. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it rarely gets used outside of the first 2 episodes of the show.
It's not as bad as a lot of the shows of the week where they introduce a new gimmick and you know it's going to be used that week. They always used to do that on like Knight Rider and things. It's like, look, we've just fitted in with this jetpack. It's like, yeah, you're going to use a jetpack next week, aren't you? Yeah.
Because they were saying again. Yeah, because they were saying like in the film they had the Captain Jock come out of the new Enterprise, out at the bottom of it, and they actually said that there was supposed to be one like that in Voyager, but it never got used. And if you actually look at Voyager, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see the outline. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. But it never got used at all.
The idea of doing it on Voyager wasn't as much as a captain's yacht, but rather a upgraded
shuttle type thing.
Yeah, shuttle to actually explore and observe and stuff like that. Because Voyager was a deep space exploration vessel.
Yeah. He says he's given up trying to get the Rebgrade new Gundam. Bandai Hobby will not fulfill his pre-order. Looks like I have to wait till later in the year. Yeah. I know you were talking about that the other week, but I assume you have to get the pre-orders in really early because they're still only going to have so many of them. But that's a shame.
I'm going to have to love you and leave you guys. I'm getting called away for other business. So
no problem. Thank you for coming in, Jerry. We'll see you next time.
Speak to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye, folks.
Bye-bye. Right.
In other news, I'm actually holding the first ever Revel Bandai Star Wars kits I've held.
Oh, it's a
that is so off-putting seeing that on the side of a box that is otherwise Bandai. It's like, why is there Dutch and German and English? Why is this here?
I've just been doing those. The X-Wing.
Yeah, it's I got a load in from my locals that I normally shop with yesterday, and apparently they're still using their Hong Kong contacts to get actual Bandai kits.
Cool.
And then today I got an order in of paints from a shop in Belgium, but not local to me, but they always have a massive stock of paints, especially Mr. Hobby, and they had the X-Wing Starfighter in stock, so I figured. Turns out it's a Rebel kit. Well,
I've got one sitting in a cupboard over there, but I don't want to build it because it's the wrong scale. It's too big. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was looking at the 144 and like I can get a bunch on the shelf and it would be cool. And then it was like, but I want to light them up and I can't be bothered with doing it in 144.
I was blown away when I did the X-Wing, the Agostini X-Wing, the last episode of it, when you get a segment of the wing. And when they say about, it's got the 5 stripes on it because it's red 5. And it was like, of course it has. Yes. Why did I never think about this before? But the number of stripes denotes what number the X-Wing is. I mean, it never twigged.
The red one.
Yeah. That's one stripe.
For red 2, you got the 2 red stripes, but then there's an extra
Yeah.
in there.
On this one there, you can see that this is red 5 in the box.
It just never twigged as to, yes, they're identifying marks. I just assumed that they're just marks and that's what they are. I've never even really, counted them or looked at them and thought about them that way. But it just blew me.
Really looking forward to, and I'm probably going to pre-order it off of Amazon.com. Bugger the import costs. But the 1/5000 scale Star Destroyer. Yeah, I'm probably going to fork out for the upgraded version because I'm not sure, because there's obviously no reviews out and I don't want to wait for ages till there's one in stock again, which is what's going to happen. But I'm not sure if the standard version comes with all the holes pre-drilled for the fiber, because like on the Falcon, a lot of the ancillaries to put in LEDs are still present on the inside.
Oh, right, yeah.
And
admit, Star Destroyer's never done it for me. It's a big triangle.
But the way Bandai's done the lighting, though, they've done all these little dots of lights on the side perfectly, and then the way the docking bay, where the cruiser docks in the beginning of the first movie, that lighting is done so well, and the fact that there's like a little magnet you can put in there, and there's a little magnet in the cruiser, so it goes like.
Oh right.
Same for the Falcon. There's a little Falcon that comes with it with magnet, so you can put it on the back of the conning tower, just like in the movie.
Yeah, no, that appeals nicely, but no.
Yeah. It is a lot cheaper than the Falcon, though. It's like $80 for the standard, something like that, which is without the lights, and then I think it's $140 for the one with the complete lighting kit. But like I said, it comes with all those windows with like strand upon strand of fiber optic.
I mean, it sounds like a lot more, but it's a lot more work, a lot more stuff in it. Yeah.
But I do my own fiber, so yeah. I'm
Bray Rolf says that it seems to be pretty good sized. Eaglemoss came out with a YouTube video showing what it's supposed to look like, and he believes it's around 2 feet in length. I would have thought it would have been bigger than that. And the 2 foot is not that huge, really. I mean, that's on 1 foot. So
yeah,
the Falcon's more like sort of 3 foot ish, isn't it? As a work. So it seems not as impressive as I would have hoped, considering it's going to be over 100 weeks and whatever. So, but yeah. If you like it, you like it. That's the thing with all of this. Lots of people build stuff that I've got no interest in and no appeal to me at all. But if people want to build it, people will build it. It's great fun. Right. Is that any other news or updates or anything you want to talk about or anything else?
So I live in land of boring, so not much happens here.
Well, you've been doing more model making than I have in the last week or two, so.
Yeah, so I've got these X-Wings. I've got one and thought, it took me about a week to do an X-Wing, So I thought I'll get my hands on, the TIE fighters,
Yep.
and thinking that were going to take me somewhere similar in length of time to make. So got two of them, and I've got Darth Vader's. Is it the TIE Advanced?
Advanced, yeah.
Because got to have them flying in formation if you're going to do them. So, got those TIE fighters, thinking it'd take me like a week per TIE fighter, because just purely based on how long it took me to do an X-wing, because I've done the full paint work on it.
Yeah, TIE fighters are a little bit simpler, aren't they?
Yeah, it took me like a day. So it kind of threw me off for me. So with most of, like real grade Gundam, they take me a similar length of time regardless of what it is. So we're just going on that kind of time frame.
Uh-huh.
But by the time I'm done, I think I'm going to have most of my living room's going to be full of Star Wars shit.
That's what it's all got to be about. I've just got your request to join the group, Stuart. So you're now in the Gross group. Welcome. I won't be doing any more pictures, but you can put them up for them down for next week if anything you're building along. Speed's got an important question. He says he's looking forward to me building the Death Star in the same scale as the X-wing. Okay, well the X-wing is 1/18th scale. So how big is the Death Star? I'll just Google it. The Death Star size. The Death Star has a diameter between 140 and 160 kilometers. So yeah, the second Death Star is a broader range of figures available. It's between 160 and 900 kilometers.
Yeah.
So even if you're taking it as being 140 kilometers, then that at 1/18th scale, you're still talking about it being more than a kilometer in size, aren't you?
That's not a moon.
140. Yes, it's 7.7 kilometers in diameter at the minimum. So yeah, I don't think the part work for that would be practical. I don't know whether they'd get a lorry big enough to put the bits in, or it'd be a part work over the course of 5,000 years or something. It's unlikely that they're going to do that. Someone worked out that even at 144 scale, it would be several miles in diameter or something. Yeah. They do a Death Star, don't they, Bandai? They do it in the it's like that big.
About a tennis ball size, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what scale it is though, but it's got lots of zeros in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great though.
It does. I mean, for the scale, it looks great. Death Star 2, isn't it?
Yeah, but and the lovely thing is, it's just basically painted the base color, give it a wash.
Yeah, you could get away with that. I think you could do a lot more with it, but somewhere I've got, although the top fell off, I've got a Star Destroyer. I built a Star Destroyer. Look. Most of a Star Destroyer. So the top fell off when it fell off my shelf. But
yeah, I was thinking of getting that one, but yeah, no.
It's 144 scale with 2 more zeros after the 4. It actually works out to be approximately 14400. So yeah. So if it was 100 times bigger than that, that would actually be 144 scale. So it gives you an idea of the scale of things in the Star Wars universe. It's quite scary.
Yeah, it's like that perfect grade Star Destroyer. It's 1/5000 scale. Yeah, it's the same size lengthwise as the Falcon, which is 1/72 scale. It's like,
yeah, it's just maths and working out, and yeah,
I read a blog post somewhere ages ago, and I can't find it again, and it saddens me because it was such a good joke of a blog post where basically a guy goes through the logic of a Star Destroyer and how to maintain it and for crew comfort. So imagine you're working on like the Super Star Destroyer, right? You're way up front. Someone needs you in the back. That's like a 5-day journey on foot.
Well, that's why they have holographic communications and stuff, don't they? You need to. It's when you're talking to somebody on the same ship as you, and there's lag in the video that. Osric says it would take more than 6 episodes to film. I would expect it probably would. Yeah, building a Death Star. Could you imagine getting close to the end, realizing you've forgotten an important part from issue 5? Yeah, you'd always
But in the movie, building that giant ass thing in the movie only took them like what 1 or 2 years in between second movie and the third movie.
Yeah, no, they were already building it. They were building it before because it was bigger. It wasn't an exact copy. Oh well, they broke that one. Let's build another one.
Oh, I did not know that.
I reckon they must have been building it beforehand because it's an upgrade, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're not going to stop at just one power-hungry empire like that.
Need to check the canon on that.
It keeps changing the canon, doesn't it? Speed says, what I'd like to see is a range of sci-fi ships in one smallish scale, so you can display them side by side, maybe against something like a battleship for real size comparison. That's pretty much what I'm doing with the 144 stuff. I've put a couple of pictures up in various places of some of my collection of models, real world and sci-fi, and it is very scary when you see how big the space shuttle is in relation to the Millennium Falcon, and it's an actual real thing. It's quite scary. Right. Yeah. There's videos of things, ships from different computer games and things like that. They've modelled them in 3D, and then they scan from like a human scale up to this to this to this, and it just keeps getting bigger. I can't remember who does them, but there's a few of them around on YouTube. I'm sure if you Google spaceship comparison videos, you'll find things, but it's quite interesting. Right, like the magazine part work did for Star Trek. In scale for things, did they? I'm sure they did, yeah. But for all general genres, yeah, it's nice to compare things that you don't see next to each other in real life. Right. Someone did a huge poster of ship comparisons.
There's a couple of nice wallpapers and actual images you could actually print out on a poster in high def of stuff like that. There's a lovely one for Star Citizen, that continuously under development game. But their ship design is pretty cool.
Yeah. LD says bad news about Spider-Man. Yeah, fairly bad. You haven't got a picture yet. Get a picture, LD. Stop making great models and just get a little picture uploaded for your avatar. Yeah, Spider-Man's not being allowed in any more Marvel movies or something, isn't he?
Yep.
But it may happen again at some point. So
I mean,
shame,
but
yeah.
CEOs and company directors change all the time, so
absolutely, yeah. It's changeable, and yeah, it'd be nice to get all of Marvel back together under one roof, but yeah.
All right, yeah. Who owns the rights to Spider-Man again? Oh yes, Sony for some god awful reason. Oh yeah, the really really bad movies from like 10, 15 years ago. I remember that.
Yeah, so Sony own that, and Fox own the X-Men and Fantastic Four. But Fox are now owned by Disney, so Disney technically own them as well now, so I'm sure we'll see something. I didn't mind the latest Fantastic Four movies. I thought they were alright. They weren't great, but they were alright. But I find most films alright. I can't remember the last... Well, actually, I can't remember. There's one film I've watched fairly recently, or didn't even watch all the way through fairly recently. I did actually have to turn it off. That was Escape Plan 2.
You should start a YouTube movie reviewing channel, Chris, and call it Acquiescing.
It's alright. I watched that. It's alright.
Yeah, just like Acquiescing Brit reviews. Yeah, I watched that. It's alright.
It's alright. But yeah, I watched the latest Endgame thing today. Actually, I watched it this afternoon. The Marvel Avengers Endgame. I've seen it at the cinema, but I watched it today, and yeah, quite enjoyed it. It's good. I don't know about the highest grossing film of all time ever. It's not the best film ever made by a long shot, but it was fun to watch. And
See what it seems to be going.
at some point, I'll go back and watch everything. Oh, yeah, Stuart's. Everyone. Thank you for a great night, but I have to go and see you all soon. Yep, see you, Stuart. Thank you. See you next time. We're only about for another sort of 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll turn it off anyway. Or maybe even sooner if we run out of things to talk about. If we just drifted on to Spider-Man, it must be quite getting close to the end.
Hey, who knows? Maybe I actually get the CPU installed in the motherboard tonight, and then
You could do it live now. We could watch.
No, because that's why my tripod's standing behind it. I'm
Right.
actually
We won't watch them.
doing a little spin-off on my channel, and instead of model building, I'll be computer building.
That's all right. Anything to get views, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of model making tools will be appropriate doing the whole cutting of tube and whatnot. So
Cool. So there you go. Go and watch Mr. Lost Model Making. He'll teach you how to build PCs as well. Yeah. I might as well wrap up then if everything's done. Nothing else to mention. Talk about anything interesting? No.
not really. I got a lot of paint. I have too much paint. That's
Too much
about
paint.
Yeah.
You could put it on things, and then you wouldn't have so much paint.
But the problem is I've got like a massive supply of MIG, and I haven't used it in like 2 years because I hate this stuff.
George says, "Oh wait, okay." Speed says the Fantastic Four movie sucked. Previous ones were okay. He says
George has something.
George has something. He says, "Oh wait, I have something." We're waiting, and Jerry's back just as it finishes.
Yeah, imagine that there's drum roll going on now.
Yeah, we're waiting. We're all waiting for you, George. We're sitting here quietly, watching and waiting. We're just gonna wait.
Oh, Jerry's back. And he has an avatar.
Jerry has an avatar, indeed. Yeah, well, no,
He's
you always,
firing
Jerry
his-
always had an avatar. Jerry always had a thing on the picture. It's when he was on screen, he didn't have one.
Contagious.
Is it contagious? It might well be. Hold on, we're holding. It takes a minute.
He's joining for
We're
like 5
holding,
minutes.
George. Are you joining us, or are you just gonna talk to us, or what?
He's gonna sneak away on the work floor again, isn't he? But he doesn't really have to sneak away. He's sitting behind the computer.
Jerry says Lego Death Star from Legoland. Yeah, that was huge. Yeah. Says Osric. He's waiting for waiting for George's thing. We're waiting, George. We're waiting. No pressure, but we're waiting. It'll be really good.
Sounds wrong when you say that. You're waiting for George's thing.
Yeah, well, you said he's got a thing. He sits in a big boardroom alone. All right, okay. And he showed it last time. Okay, are you going to show it again? I don't know what. Why are we waiting, all seeing? No, just because you've gone off camera, you don't get to tell us what to do. So, if you showed it last time, why are we still waiting for you to show it again, or what?
Is he trying to join maybe from the
I'm
boardroom?
confused now. I don't know. Oh, that was in response to Vincent saying I want to sneak off the floor.
I was just showing it out.
So he doesn't have to sneak off the floor because he's already sitting alone.
I was late to the party.
Or as Osric says, is he just bored in a room, not in a boardroom? And George says, I just wanted to extend the show. You can go now. So we're just waiting for nothing. And you made us wait, and we're just waiting, and nothing happens.
Evil man.
Yeah, we'll get you back for that next time. When you're actually on stream, and I've got the power over the cameras, and I can
just
put
mute
you
them
into the back room and stuff.
Just let him chat away and mute him.
Yeah, I can mute people. I can put you in the back room, so you're not even on camera.
Not like putting someone in naughty corner.
Yeah. Jerry's getting worried about what he's showing. He's not going to show anything. He just wanted to kill time to make the show last a little bit longer. Because people get cross if I could do less than 90 minutes. When I advertise 90 minutes and they get 83 minutes, they get,
They get irate about it.
Absolutely. Cynical Steve says, night, people. Good night, people.
Good
I'm going
night.
to remove you both from the stream, but I'll bring you back when we're off air so we can say goodbye properly. But I shall put you into the green room. It's not really. I don't know what colour the room is. I've never been in it, but I'll put you on there. I'll put my closing credits on because I can do that now. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for watching as well, people, and watching and joining and stuff, and Jerry as well. Thank you. And we'll see you same time, same place next week. Apart from next week,
Bye-bye.
we've got where are we? Thursday today, isn't it? So Sunday, I do have the War Hamster. Look, the War Hamster is here. I'll be starting the new projects. I'm starting the big dragon thing. So 8 p.m. here for that on my channel. This channel here, Gross Models. Fox is probably doing his normal Warhammer thing at 3 o'clock. I haven't heard that he isn't. So check that out first, and then come along to mine later. Monday there is no e-models this week because it's bank holiday, so I get a day off. And then next Thursday we're back here for more of this and more of people joining. Maybe, you never know who's going to turn up, or it might just be me. It might be these guys again. It might be different people. You never know. So, in fact, next week is an evening with everyone. So chances are it will be different people. It could be you. It could be you. If you've got a camera and a mic set up, I shall post the link. I'll set up a button to post the link. We'll see if that works. Live here, 8 p.m. next Thursday. You can join in. See how many people we can get in and break it. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Sunday is the next thing I'm doing, so I'll see you that then. And yeah, good night all. Bye.